Back again with another Bond review, and today we're going to talk about Quantum of Solace. And I know with this one, a lot of people say it's Daniel Craig's worst Bond film, or, it's the worst Bond film. Clearly, they haven't seen Die Another Day, so go watch that, then come back to me. We'll talk. But this one, I still like, but for me, the film's biggest problem, and I think we're all in agreement here with this film, that the film's biggest problem is the action. While I can understand what's happening for the most part, but a lot of the action scenes here, it's very heavily cut, sporadic. There's moments of shaky cam, because at this time, Hollywood was still high on the shaky cam, that we have to have shaky cam in our action scenes. Now, in recent years, it's gotten better, and they have improved, and they have scaled back on the shaky cam, so, I give them credit for that. But at this time, 2008, Hollywood was still, again, high on, having shaky cam and a lot of quick cuts, in action scenes. They wanted to follow that Jason Bourne formula of making action movies, making action scenes. And that's a big part of why I don't like the Jason Bourne films. But like I said, I still like this movie. I know it's directed by Marc Forster, the same guy that directed Monsters Ball and World War Z. And I do like both movies. I mean, him directing a Bond film, it's an odd choice. But I thought he did a decent job here. And I know for a lot of fans that they feel this is because, Casino Royale is more of a serious Bond film. It's more of a, slow build. You do get some good moments of action, but it's more, serious affairs with, Bond. And it was Daniel Craig's debut. Again, it's more of a, slow building. But I really like Casino Royale. So, in this one, you can say it leans more into action fare. This film being under 2 hours, and it's more about more emphasis on the action, what have you. But the plot, real quick, I'll talk about the plot and get that out of the way, and I'll talk about the cast and so forth. Now, at the end of Casino Royale, spoiler alert right here, you have the death of the love interest in the movie, Vesper, where Bond tries to, where the buildings are, sinking into the canal, and, the girl is trapped in an elevator, and Bond is trying to get her out, and he can't, so she dies. So, again, that was a spoiler. So Bond, in this film, is on his next mission, and he wants to hunt for those who blackmailed his lover, and his trail leads him to this character, Green, who is part of this organization that, again, tricked Vesper, and they coerced that character, and so Bond is plotting to go after this character, Green, to gain total control of a vital natural resource. And so it's kind of a revenge story, but that's kind of the plot here. I mean, I know maybe there's more to the plot that I'm not really mentioning here, but again, it's more of a more revenge, more straightforward. But again, I still like the movie, but I will agree that a lot of the action scenes really needed to be, I mean, the editor, whoever edited the film, needed to be fired, get off the drugs, what have you. Because, again, at this time, they were still high on that, okay, we got to have shaky cam, we got to have a lot of quick cuts, we got to be like Jason Bourne. We got to be like Jason Bourne, and, that's the way it should be done. And, again, I'm glad that it's gotten better in recent years. I mean, you look at the John Wick movies. That's how you make action scenes. But, and again, like I said, Marc Forster, a weird choice. He's not a bad director. I mean, again, I like Monsters Ball. That's a good drama. World War Z is a good movie. good popcorn movie. So, I mean, him directing a Bond film, it does feel a little bit left field, if you will. But the cast, real quick, Daniel Craig, again, he's back here as Bond, and he's a great Bond. And like I said, he brings his own approach to the role. One term I didn't use before in my review of Casino Royale. It's more of a darker Bond. It's hard to compare him to a Sean Connery or Roger Moore, because I would say when it comes to Sean Connery and Moore, you could say those two have an edge in terms of charisma. I would say Craig is more along the lines of a Timothy Dalton, because Dalton, again, brought that intensity to the role of Bond. He had a hard edge to the character, and you can say he was dark before dark was cool. So yeah, Craig is more, again, if I'm not going to say he's better than Dalton. I prefer Dalton a little bit more. Definitely an underrated Bond. But again, Daniel Craig brings his own approach to the character. It's more of it's a combination of a classic feel to the character, like if Daniel Craig was around in the 50s and 60s, he could have played this character. But also, you got the darker element to the character, but still has a little bit of charm and so forth, a little bit of a hard edge, intensity. And so Daniel Craig kind of nails all those categories, and a very good actor. I like Daniel Craig. And one thing that I don't know if I mentioned in my review of Casino Royale, it seems like in that film, when you look at it, Daniel Craig, it seems like in that film, he's trying to find his footing as the character. And it seems like here, it's like, this is what it's like to play Bond. And I don't know, maybe I'm alone in that, thought. And it seems like that it was, as we go on and the other movies here, because we've got Skyfall after this and Spectre, that seems like in Casino Royale, for me, it seems like Daniel Craig, is trying to find his footing. And when you get to this movie and the other films, he seems more comfortable in the role, a little bit more lively, like, this is what it's like to play Bond. So, again, maybe I'm alone in thinking that kind of, thought there. But, again, Daniel Craig is good. You have the girl in the film, Camille. I'm not going to try to pronounce some of the names here, but, she was fine. The villain, Dominic Green, I thought he was there. Nothing spectacular, acting-wise, or, again, maybe if you would have had a different actor or something like that, maybe someone a little bit more recognizable. But, again, he wasn't bad, the villain here. And, again, you have Judi Dench as M. She's back. You have the character of Mathis. You have the Felix Slider character played by Jeffrey Wright, who I like a lot. And you have this other character, Tanner, which I know that character was also in the Pierce Brosnan Bond films, and here he's played by Rory Kinnear. And something I found out, I believe this actor, Rory Kinnear, his father, maybe it's the same, I don't know. I'm looking it up here in the trivia for this guy, because I thought I read somewhere. Yeah, son of actor Roy Kinnear, who was the father of Mr. Salt in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. So yeah, the guy that plays Tanner, the Roy Kinnear character in these Daniel Craig Bond movies, his father was Mr. Salt and Willy Wonka. So I thought I read that somewhere before, but again, an interesting little note there. But again, really good cast. I thought the cast is good. The cast is good here. I mean, when I look at action scenes, I mean, again, while that's the film's biggest issue, I do like some of the bits of action where, for example, you have Bond. He's on this foot chase on these rooftops. I liked how Bond is going after this guy on these rooftops. You have a moment where he gets into a fist fight in this hotel room, and it's brutal and a lot of good hand-to-hand stuff. You have some sequences later on where Bond is in a plane, and so you get a little bit of plane action, and you get some action in the third act where Bond is in this building and he has to get the girl, stop our villain, and then, long story short, the building explodes where I forgot how the building explodes, but that's my fault for not remembering. But I thought the third act was fun. I thought it was entertaining. So, like I said, while it does suffer from its moments of the scenes, the action being too shaky cam, too sporadic, I did like what I saw. And like I said, this is more, it leans more towards the action, like an action movie. If you want to say Casino Royale, it's more about the story, the development of this new Bond. Casino Royale is more story driven. This is more action driven. But at the end of the day, I still like this movie. Again, the worst Bond film. Go watch Die Another Day, and then we'll talk after that. Go watch that movie, and then we can have a conversation. So, and I'm trying to think, is this better than Spectre? Because I did watch, I've went ahead and watched all of them, and maybe I'll think more about that when I review Spectre. Because Spectre does have his issues too, but maybe I like Spectre a little bit more. So we'll see what happens. I definitely enjoyed the next one way more. Skyfall was really good. But yeah, that's my review of Quantum of Solace. Not a long review, but again, I like the movie. It's a decent Bond movie. I just wish that whoever edited the film, the editor, he needed to be fired. And I mean, the action could have been so much better if they took the time to make the action more comprehensible and slow down. Stop going after the Jason Bourne template of action scenes. Stop trying to make it like that. Take the time. If they took the time here with the action scenes, I think the film would have been a little bit better. So, and again, I know, like I said before already, this is more action driven, more of an action movie compared to Casino Royale, and I think that's why, another reason why fans don't like this film. But I still like it. So, yeah, that's my review of Quantum of Solace. Stay tuned for my review of Skyfall. So, yeah, my review of Skyfall will be next. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.